I was told to do that when you use a separate mic. All right, we're gonna try something new out. Oh, it's cold. Seat heater, steering wheel heater. All right, what's going on, guys? My name is Jordan with Exotic Whips. Thank you very much for viewing, for tuning in, for watching, hopefully for subscribing. If you are new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button. It means a lot to us, to me, us. I don't know why I say us. I'm trying to act bigger than I am. It means a lot to me. So today is something a little different. I have to go run to my boat. My boat's been plugged in charging for like 2 months now. I haven't been able to get out and use it. So I'm gonna go run over there to where it's stored, check it out, make sure everything looks good, probably take it off the charger because I don't think I'll be using it in the near future. So I'm gonna go, take it off the charger and give it a little once over, make sure it's not being taken over by mice, rats, whatever. So I figured since I'm going to be driving over there, we do a little classic salamandrin, let's talk about cars, yo, style vlog, whatever you want to call this, because there are a few things that I've been thinking about a lot regarding cars, and I'd love to get your guys' opinion on them. I'm an old man, let me get my coffee in. Oh, yeah. Okay. So first thing I wanted to pick some car person's brain about, because I've talked to my girlfriend about this and she really doesn't know too much about cars. But we recently went to BMW to grab some parts for the M3 build, and while I was there, I was looking over the M4 CS. And that thing has a price tag of $119,000. I'll try and link it in the description. I'm not sure if it'll still be available. Odds are it'll probably still be available because it's a $120,000 M4. But that got me thinking, legitimately, you could buy an R8 V10 manual for that price. You could get an R8 V8 manual for 70 to 80. You could get a V10, you could get a 2010 to 2012 V10 R-tronic with a little bit of miles on it for 100 or less. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on what you would rather have. Now, here's the difference. I am fully aware that newer cars, especially take the M4G or the M4 CS, for example, that car will probably beat my car 0 to 60. I have if you haven't watched and you're new here, I have a V8 R8 with a Stasis supercharger. It's got the whole Stasis Challenge Extreme kit on it. So even though my car's supercharged, it's a manual, I know I'm not going to be able to shift as fast as BMW. What do they have, a DCT? I believe they have a DCT. I'm not going to be able to shift as fast as that. That will have launch control. It's a DCT. I don't know how much power it makes. I want to say it's in the 4s, but I'm sure 0 to 60 in that thing is sub 4 seconds. If not, it's got to be sub 4 seconds for $120,000. It's rare. It's got a dual clutch. I mean, I will say it looks absolutely amazing. It looks phenomenal. I'll try and post the one that I saw because the color, the paint, the brake calipers, everything about that car was absolutely beautiful. But at the end of the day, it's an M4, and I know it's a rare M4. I want to say the guy said, one of the salesmen, which you can never really trust their maths, but I want to say, man, did he say they were going to be building under 100 CSs? I think so. Let me know if you know the stats on that. I'll try and look it up and put it in this video before I post it. But I want to say they're doing under 100 of those. So, no turn on red. But no one's coming. I don't see. Yeah, I think we'll go turn. Yeah, okay, we're good. So, first off, I would love to hear what you guys would rather have. Would you rather have a $120,000 brand new M4 CS, or would you rather have an R8 V10? Let's go with the V10 because you can easily get a V10 for that price of the CS. Now, a few things to note. I know the M4 has back seats. How many of you guys actually use the back seats? I would guess not many of them. Most of you, if you're like me, you'll maybe throw a bag in the back seat. You can easily throw a bag in the front of the R8 or the passenger seat. I've even put golf clubs behind me in that little, I'll show you, but the little platform that's behind the front seats, or the only seats of the R8. So it is usable. I mean, it's supposed to be, it's known as one of the greatest daily drivable supercars to be made. So what would you guys rather have? Because you could easily get an R8 for the price of a new M4 CS. And I would like to think that the R8s are reaching their lowest price point, but that's another topic because they're getting there. They're dropping fairly significantly, but so are a lot of other cars. For example, kind of the next topic. So let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts on the M4 specifically, the new M4 CS, $120,000 car that you could easily get an R8 V10 for the same type of money. Okay, so that's R8 V10 versus M4 CS. Let me know what you would rather have. Okay, next topic. I love my R8 V8 supercharged. I absolutely love that car, and I feel the need to say supercharged because the supercharger makes all the difference in the world with that thing. The stasis exhaust sounds absolutely amazing, but the supercharger just adds so much to it. I've driven the naturally aspirated V8s, and they're not lacking at all. There's always those people that will make fun of you, or not even make fun of you, just, oh, why didn't you get the V10? Yeah, the V10's an amazing motor, amazing engine, but the V8, it's still a V8. It's an amazing car. I've had two S2000s, and I always say the R8 V8 is like the big brother to the S2000 in terms of handling. Obviously, it's all-wheel drive, and that makes a huge difference, but just the overall feel of it. The S2000 has an amazing gearbox. I think the R8 has an amazing gearbox. The way both of them handle is amazing. I love both of them. But that brings me to my next point. I've been looking at first-gen NSXs, and I absolutely love the NSX. I'm kind of one of those rare guys that loves the second gen, the new NSX as well. But if it were my choice and it was just pure driving and, you know, kind of childhood poster dreams, what would you have? I just love the first gen NSX. It's awesome. With that being said, those are doing the exact opposite of the R8. They're going up in value. I don't think they can continue to go up because you can find you can find them at any price. There's newer ones. I'm not much of a pop-up headlight guy. Don't murder me for that. I know a lot of you guys love the pop-up headlights. I'm not much of a pop-up headlight guy. If it were mine, I would get a 2000 to 2005 NSX, and I would throw as much NSX Type R stuff on it that I can find. Just make it look as much like an NSX Type R as possible. But with that being said, the 2000 through 2005 NSXs in a manual, their automatics are hard to find, but I would never ever get one of those. in a manual with decent miles. They're going anywhere from 80 to, there's some price at like 120, which seems completely absurd to me. But they're still priced out. I don't know if anyone's buying them for that, but they're still going for that much. So with that being said, what would you guys rather have? The first gen NSX or my R8 V8 with the Stasis Challenge Extreme package, which has supercharger, exhaust, springs, sway bars, brakes. It's got basically a lot done to it. And it's an amazing car. I absolutely love it. But if you're anything like me, you're a car guy. You have car ADD. You want to try new things. Here's a STI. I just had an STI for a winter driver in Minnesota. I love that car. I would have another STI. Absolutely love those. But I'm getting sidetracked. So if I were to sell the R8 and possibly look at an NSX, I know I would be dramatically down on power. The handling would be great. I feel like the NSX doesn't have as much of the, I don't want to say supercar vibe because that kind of makes me sound like a douche, but I think you guys know what I mean. It still does look like a supercar. It doesn't sound like a supercar really, but you could throw an exhaust on there. You could do some things to change that. Again, I would still be massively down on power, but I'm really not one to shoot for 1,000 horsepower out of things. I could care less about having all the numbers with that. I mean, if that were the case, I would go turbo on the M3, but I'm not. I'm more of a feel type of guy with that. Like I said, I love the S2000. I love the NA feel of that car. That's why the M3 is getting the S54, because I think that's going to be an amazing combination. So, if it were between the R8 and the first gen NSX, what would you guys go with? I think we're going to get more people siding with the R8 on this one. And to be honest, I kind of agree. I think it's just, man, it's just the, I don't know if it's called the stigma or the, just everything that goes with the first gen first gen NSX, how pure that car is. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts and comments on that topic as well. NSX first gen versus R8. Particularly my R8, supercharged V8. Not a V10, not anything else, but my example, because that is what I would be selling if I were to go with that. There's a red NSX for sale in San Antonio, I believe, and it is perfect. At least visually, it looks perfect. Right around mid-80s, and it looks like a good deal. It looks like it's a fair price car. But man, I can't bring myself to really sell the R8. I need to go drive it to see how much power we'd be down. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and comments on those two things. If you like these, I'd like to do more of these because there's a lot of cars that I always toss up. I'm always having car ADD. Like, for example, I would love to get another Black Series like I had. That C63 Black Series was epic, but we'll save that for another video because that thing was its own beast. So anyway, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to us. Smash the like, smash the subscribe, and I'll see you guys next episode. Cheers, guys.